Welcome to my bold and beautiful 24 gossip channel. I think everyone is having a good day. Please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Poppy gets it together about where her mints might have gone. In Eric's office, R.J. audited his unanswered texts to Luna. Brooke showed up, still thrilled about the wedding, yet she saw that her child appeared to be not exactly right. R.J. said Luna hadn't answered him at all that morning. Brooke guessed Luna had snoozed, however R.J. expressed he basically needed to help. He cherished Luna and couldn't envision anything getting between them. Brooke noticed that R.J. had never discussed his affection life. That's what she expected, as his dad's child, he'd dated a considerable amount. R.J. said he'd heard that Edge had been well known in his day, and Brooke said there hadn't been one young lady around who hadn't had any desire to be seen on Edge's arm. In her view, it had been predetermination had she'd gotten him. R.J. wished Luna would answer, and Brooke advised him to reach her once more. At Zen's place, Luna recovered her jacket from the other room and set out toward the entryway. Zen needed to talk, yet Luna felt that no measure of talking could make sense of for what reason she'd seen R.J.'s face. Zen didn't have any idea, however he said it had been consensual. "I would never," Zen expressed. Luna said she knew it, however I didn't change her sentiments. She asked how she could do it to R.J. Luna said the more she remained there, the more blameworthy she felt, yet Zen said she didn't have anything to feel regretful about. He needed to talk, however she demanded that it wouldn't help. He realized she'd gone through a shock, yet he demanded that it had been lovely. "No, no. R.J.'s my sweetheart," Luna answered. She was upset to consider R.J. finding out. Zen said it wouldn't work out, and they'd utilized security. Unfit to catch wind of it, Luna snatched her telephone to call a vehicle. She saw that R.J. had been attempting to contact her. She asked how she'd confront him after what she'd done. Zen detested seeing her like that and thought about what he could do. Luna's telephone rang. She responded to it, attempting to seem natural. R.J. was happy she'd replied. He said he'd been calling and messaging. Luna apologized. He said he'd simply needed to ensure she was all right after the manner in which she'd left the party. She stammered, and he inquired as to whether she was okay. She answered that she didn't feel such as herself. He proposed to bring her something in the event that she wanted it. She said it was sweet, yet she needed to go. After Luna clicked off the line, Zen said it killed him to see her like that. The crushed Luna said he didn't have any idea. She committed to God that it had been R.J. that earlier evening. After Luna had gone, Zen made his bed. He considered looking at Luna and kissing her in bed. Zen held his face, crying. Back at Forrester, R.J. was thoughtful about the call with Luna. Brooke said it had been sweet of R.J. to propose to bring Luna something in the event that she wanted it, and Brooke advised him to feel free to go. R.J. didn't figure he ought to. He depicted how Luna had been sorry and unexpected with him. He speculated Luna was wiped out and needed to be let be. He said he ended up in such a state himself, yet he really wanted to feel that something was off. Brooke radiated about the amount R.J.'s life had changed soon. He'd turned into a planner, gotten his own place, and tracked down a sweetheart. Brooke noticed that a great deal had changed for Luna, as well. R.J. realized that Brooke was fed up with him discussing how he had an outlook on Luna. Brooke said Luna and he had similar sentiments. They expected Luna would be fine. At Poppy's place, Lee's talk went on about Poppy's mint popping. Lee guaranteed she wasn't a paragon of excellence, however could never carry on with her existence like Poppy, a mother who should set a model. She inquired as to whether Poppy believed that Luna should consume medications, as well. Poppy said Luna was a developed lady, and Poppy wasn't hurting herself or Luna. Poppy figured she understood what she was doing, yet Lee expected that Luna had close to zero insight into it. Lee trusted Poppy had kept it from Luna, or probably it would prompt enormous difficulty. Poppy called Lee speedy to pass judgment and said she'd continuously anticipated that individuals should satisfy her unbending guidelines, yet when they proved unable, Lee turned on them the manner in which she was doing at that moment with Poppy. Lee professed to be worried about Luna, yet Poppy said Luna was blissful and in affection. She inquired as to whether Lee understood what that was. "How dare you?" Lee answered, yet Poppy asked how Lee thought for even a second to caution that Luna was set out toward inconvenience in view of her caring mother. Lee joked that Poppy didn't cherish Luna enough to quit taking that stuff prior to something awful occurred. Afterward, Poppy was distant from everyone else and had continued the quest for her pills. Luna showed up, and as Poppy kept on looking, she got some information about the party. She expected R.J. Also, Luna had finished the night in Malibu. Seeing that Luna was vexed, Poppy inquired as to whether R.J. What's more, Luna had a spat. Luna answered that they were still attached for the occasion, however she was frightened that she'd destroyed everything. She didn't have the foggiest idea how it might have worked out. Luna conceded that she hadn't awakened in R.J.'s bed. She'd been in Zen's bed. She said she hadn't known where she'd been and had thought she'd been at the Oceanside house with R.J. Poppy asked what had occurred, however Luna said she didn't recall. She expressed that she wasn't herself. Concurring, Poppy said Luna didn't simply end up in other men's beds, and the main man she'd been with had been R.J. Not any longer, Luna answered. Luna streaked back to seeing Zen and thinking it was R.J. She said it had been consensual, yet she'd been certain that it had been R.J. She asserted that she'd seen R.J.'s face. Luna expressed that Zen hadn't done anything wrong, and it was her shortcoming. She maintained that her mother should take care of her. Figure it. She speculated she'd been tranquilized. Poppy inquired as to whether it was conceivable. Luna said she'd been at Eric's home and hadn't expected to cover her beverage as she'd do at a club. She said she'd just had 2 or 3 glasses of champagne. Poppy asked what Luna had eaten, and Luna answered that she'd likely had a larger number of mints than anything more. "Mints?" Poppy inquired. Luna embraced Poppy and inquired as to why it was going on to her. Poppy cries over tranquilizing Luna. Zen faces love life test. The striking and the lovely uncovers that Poppy Nozawa got Luna Nozawa to go over precisely exact thing happened the previous evening once more. Luna depicted how she out of nowhere got worn out at the party and let R.J. Forrester know that she was requiring a ride home. When Luna saw the water bottles through the guesthouse window, she additionally recalled how parched she was and said she must have nodded off in the wake of setting down on the bed. Luna added that she gazed upward and saw R.J., so it was practically similar to she was daydreaming since he ended up being Zen Forrester Dominguez. Poppy got Luna to affirm that she had champagne and not much to eat, yet Luna said that didn't make sense of how something like this might have occurred. Nobody at the Forrester Chateau would have medicated Luna, so she attempted to comprehend. Poppy looked steamed as she reminded Luna that she likewise had a few mints. At the point when Poppy thoroughly searched in Luna's grip and taken out her extraordinary mint tin, she burst out crying and said this was all her issue. Poppy made sense of that these weren't ordinary mints, they were something they utilized for her uneasiness, basically until she forgot about them. As Poppy cried and communicated how sorry she was, Luna at long last understood that she awakened in Zen's bed in light of Poppy and this entire mint circumstance. Luna shouted over getting medicated by her own mom as she attempted to make sense of that stunning news. At Forrester manifestations, Brooke Logan proposed that Luna might have simply had to snooze and that on the off chance that she was wiped out, Poppy would deal with her. A mother's adoration was the best medication. RJ appeared to be concerned that something different was continuing and thought about how conceivable it is that Luna was distraught at him, yet he was unable to review any conflicts in their entire relationship. Brooke considered her sentiment with Edge Forrester and how their difficulties made them more grounded, yet RJ was expecting to keep away from the show of his 2 bloodlines and have a simple way ahead with Luna. RJ said he'd never had an association with a lady like this previously and added that he confided in Luna totally, so Brooke was glad for him. At the Forrester Guesthouse B&B episode, Zen streaked back to his night with Luna and afterward reviewed her freakout a while later.